I built a complete SEO strategy for free for this random local business, and you're going to see the number one mistake that local businesses make with keyword research, why word count matters even though it's not a ranking factor, and how to use ChatGPT to generate awesome content ideas for local SEO. So whenever I start a new SEO campaign, there are two things I do right away. Number one, start a screaming frog crawl. Number two, build the keyword database. So since I don't have access to their Google Analytics and Google Search Console, we'll have to settle for Ahrefs data. So connect the Ahrefs API, select keyword and traffic in the settings, and then run the crawl. Export the report and put it into a Google Sheet. And we'll analyze this in a second, but let's build the keyword database. So run their website through Ahrefs Site Explorer and go to the organic keywords. Then I'll export this entire list of keywords and add it to the Google Sheet. So there are a couple things that stand out right away. First, the site has a DR of 7, which is very low, and this immediately implies that we'll need to conduct a link building campaign. And if you look at the trend line for referring domains, you'll see that it's flat over the last 2 years. And we know that backlinks are votes, so you need to consistently get more month over month. And you want this trend line to be on a consistent upward trajectory. I'll show you how to do it for a local business later on in this video. So next, we want to look at the quantity of new organic pages being published. And based on this, it's clear that there is no concentrated content marketing or SEO campaign. So like your backlink profile, you need to create new organic pages to rank for more keywords and to build your site's topic authority. We'll tackle this in a second, but take a look at Ahrefs trend line for referring domains and organic pages. Notice that both leading metrics are climbing consistently at the same speed. In general, websites that publish more quality content get more backlinks, but content is the lead domino. So now let's look at their existing keyword profile and develop our keyword targeting strategy. The first thing you need to do is look through the existing keywords and identify keywords with different intent. So as you can tell, I've organized keyword phrases with color coding to signify a variance in intent. For example, AC replacement St. Louis has different intent than hot water heater repair St. Louis. And this is important to understand because when a keyword has different intent, it warrants creating a dedicated page to support that keyword. And once you've identified all the different keywords with different intents, it's time to map out the perfect title tags. So my strategy is to get the core service offering and city front loaded in the title. Treat your title tag real estate like gold and use it to add the most important keyword phrase for that page. And remember, one focus keyword per page is ideal, and don't worry, you'll still rank for all the variations of that keyword. So now let's move on to the perfect URL structure. So there are many different URL structures that work, but one element is consistent. You should include your primary keyword in the URL. And I prefer to go right off the root domain when possible, like what you're seeing here. And when it comes to local, I like to add the state abbreviation to reach 100% relevance. And once you've mapped out the title tags and URLs for your important service pages, it's time to visualize your site architecture. So I've placed each service offering into the appropriate category, which is heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. And I've also added a category for commercial HVAC and secondary locations outside of St. Louis City. And so now that you have your service page strategy ready, it's time to think about your content strategy to support these pages. So on the local level, you need informational content for a few reasons. First, it helps build topic authority and relevance. Second, it gives Google a reason to recrawl and index your pages. And lastly, content is the key to getting more backlinks. So here's the key to creating local SEO content that actually works. You need to combine the core service offering and the target location in your content. For example, you don't want to create content like what is a furnace or what's the best AC unit. While this type of content can drive traffic, it A, won't convert, and B, won't build the right type of relevance for your site because it doesn't appeal to the target audience. Now, the good news is that you don't need to be a content marketing genius to come up with ideas. Just open ChatGPT, run this simple prompt, and it will spit out all kinds of unique ideas. Then just take what's relevant and start creating content. Treat your local SEO strategy like content marketing not SEO. And notice that I added relevant informational content ideas within each silo. I recommend creating at least 3 assets to support each individual service page. All right, so now we've got a good idea of our keyword targets, some basic page level structure, and overall site architecture. Now it's time to look at the website. So the site design is clean and simple, but the homepage should target the broad service offering, which is heating and cooling St. Louis. So this keyword phrase or variation should be in the title, meta description, and H1. This is the bare minimum, but if they want to take it to the next level, it would be wise to increase the amount of content on this page. For example, most of their local competitors have between 700 to 2,000 words on their ranking pages, while they only have 400. And word count itself isn't necessarily a ranking factor, but having longer content allows you to increase the relevance of the page. And you can use the NLP keywords in Surfer to see the gaps that exist in your content strategy. And this recommendation applies to every page that they want to rank. For example, they have a heating page and there's a few problems with this page. So let's say you removed all other context from this page and you were only left with the headline to determine what this page was about. Heating is so broad that it could be about tons of different things. And from an SEO perspective, ambiguity will destroy your rankings. You have to treat Google like a child. Eliminate all ambiguity and make it 100% clear what the page is about by adding the primary keyword phrase in the URL, title, meta description, and H1. And once that's done, use Surfer to find the ideal word count and gaps in the content. Then just repeat this process for every page you want to rank in Google. Also, on this heating page, there's a section for furnaces, boilers, heat pumps, and water heaters. And all of these service offerings deserve their own dedicated pages because the intent is different. So once the SEO-driven pages are created, you should add them to the site-wide navigation under services. So here's the SEO action plan for this website. Number 1, re-optimize the service pages and create content. Number 2, create new service pages to support keywords with different intent. Number 3, prioritize the service pages in the site-wide navigation to get better crawling and indexing. And number 4, create 1 to 3 informational assets for each service page. And just doing these 4 steps can have a huge impact on their SEO performance. But to take it to the next level, you're going to need backlinks. And the good news is that you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Go to Ahrefs Keyword Explorer and enter a broad keyword like heating and cooling St. Louis and scroll down to the SERP overview. Ignore the authoritative directory sites and focus on actual competitors in the local area. And look at least 3 to 4 competitors with decent DR. And in this case, it looks like there's a few that have a DR 25 or above. Now go to more in the navigation and click on link intersect. Add your domain in the top 3 competitors, and within seconds, you'll see all of the websites that are linking to your competitors but aren't linking to you. Now you just have to go and develop a plan to acquire these backlinks. And I recommend starting with the opportunities where all 3 of your competitors have backlinks. For example, dnb.com, topratedlocal.com, and birdeye.com are all directory-based links that are easy to acquire. And then from there, just keep chipping away until you've narrowed the backlink gap.